Okay, this is a video response to Nurse Mendoza on your video on what it's like to be a minority nurse. This is like the fourth time I've tried to respond to this, because every time I've made the video, it just doesn't come out the way I want it to. So this is going to be my last attempt, for good, better, or worse. And anyway, so first of all, I want to start out by saying, as a non-elected, non-appointed representative of white people of America, I sincerely apologize for the mistreatment for which you were given by the two patients and the example in your video. And I'm going to leave a link down in the description there for you people to watch the original video that I'm commenting on. Okay? Now, the first lady in the examples just sounds like a good old-fashioned redneck. And you will encounter people like that from time to time, and there's really nothing you can do about them. They are what they are. They're not going to change. Don't take it personally. If they don't want you, say okay and move on. The second guy in the video, the World War II vet, again, came right out. It sounds like he mentioned race as a reason why he didn't want you as his nurse. And what I urge you to do, in order to understand where he's coming from, is people of that generation, people World War II vets, where they experienced institutionalized brainwashing while they were in the military. If you do a little bit of research on that, and the type of training they went through and the type of brainwashing they did, they experienced when it came to the Japanese, it might give you a little insight as to why he was the way he was, and make it feel less personal too. Because, like I said, there was a lot of brainwashing that went on in the military at that point in time. It's like it was truly amazing. Then you expect these people to come back from war and all that brainwashing, and expect them to be able to turn it off. Well, it doesn't. It just doesn't happen that way. Okay, so no more excuses for the old man. Okay, but you're very quick. You were very quick to lodge the term racist at these people. And in these particular examples, they probably were. But I hope in the future that if you have a patient that tells you that they don't want you to take care of them, and that patient happens to be white, that you don't rush to judgment upon them, that it's because of the color of your skin, because it may not be. So unless they come right out and say it, just like those two in the example, if you do rush to that kind of judgment, then I think that's being almost as guilty as they are, and you're rushing to a conclusion based on the color of their skin. And that's understandable, because when something happens to us that causes us dissonance, we need to fill in the blanks. And when somebody tells you that they don't want you as their nurse, I don't know, there's this overwhelming reason to know why. And if you're not told why, then, you know, you have to fill in the blanks in your own head to explain that. Let me give you a tip. My young ICU ninja, my nursing brother, I've been doing this a long time. And as a nurse, and if any nurses are watching this who've never been told by a patient, I don't want you to take care of me, if it hasn't happened to you by now, it will happen to you someday. And you will be wanting to fill in the blanks of why. Well, let me tell you that patients don't want you as their nurse for a whole variety of reasons, and some of them just make absolutely no sense at all. And I find that it's better to not even try to explain it. If they don't want you, you just say okay, and you know, let it go at that. You know, they may not like the way you look. They may not like you because you're young. They may not like you because you're old. They may not like you because you came to work in wrinkled scrubs, and they wonder, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of me? You may remind them of somebody that they can't stand. And sometimes some people just don't jive. It's just the way it is. And I tell you from my own personal experience that there was one particular instance where I took care of a lady for like a couple of months, and this was a long-term lady. A couple of months, got along with her great, got along with her husband. She was kind of needy, kind of a pain in the rear end, but we got along and we were doing fine. And one day, I came to work. It was on a third day of a 3-day stretch. I come in, assuming that I was going to be in that room again, and there's somebody in there giving a report. They said, "Oh, you need to go talk to the charge nurse." I went to go talk to the charge nurse, and they said, "Oh, yeah, so-and-so don't want you taking care of him anymore." I said, "Okay." They go, "Don't you want to know why?" I said, "No, I don't." And what's funny is all my coworkers were kind of jealous after that. The other people who had to take care of this lady were wondering what they had to do or how I managed to get on the do not use list, and wanted to know what they had to do to get on that list too. But on the other side of the coin, as a charge nurse, I have had to tell nurses that their family or their patients don't want them taking care of them anymore, and I've experienced a lot of different responses to that. And the unfortunate thing is, I've had to tell nurses that I have I've had to tell nurses I have a lot of respect for that. And there was one nurse that had been a nurse for a long time, and I would let her take care of me. I'd let her take care of my family member, and I'd be proud and feel honored to have her take care of me or my family member. And one day the wife of her patient came to me and said, "I don't want her anymore." And I tried to defend her, and it's like, I said exactly what I told you. It's like, I would have her take care of my family. She says, "I don't care, I don't want her." And apparently that relationship was beyond repair. When I told the nurse that I needed to change her assignment, she didn't take it very well. And I told her, "You know what? Just don't worry about it. It's nothing personal." I tried to smooth it over, and it's beyond repair. We just need to move on here. Another nurse, another particular example. This was another one that I would have take care of me and my family and feel honored. Her family didn't want her either because she wasn't all uptight in the room. She was just very relaxed and calm, and they thought that she didn't care because of that. And she started to cry when I told her that. So I said, "Is this the first time you've been, had a family member tell you they don't want you?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, it's not going to be the last time either. Don't take it personally." I had to reassure her that she was still a good person. And I had another nurse who was a mentor of mine when I first started doing pediatric cardiac surgery. And she didn't have her first experience with that until she had been a nurse about 25 years. And she is somebody that I held in the highest esteem, and had a family member say they didn't want her either. And it was devastating for us. Like, wow, you made it 25 years without having this happen? And I told her, I said, "I hold you in the highest esteem as a mentor and everything." So, like I said, I know I rambled on and on and on here. But yeah, when a patient rejects you, if they're white, please do me a favor. And don't immediately rush to judgment on them because they're white and excuse it as them being a racist, because it may not necessarily be so. And most likely isn't. I mean, there's a few bad people out there, but most of us are pretty good.